Hello, hello, hello. Wiki. Where are you from, Wiki? Cooking some dumpling right now. Also gonna chop up some apple. Hello, hello, hello. Lisa. Cooking some dumplings, chop up some apple. So this morning I called some seller of mobile home parks, and not mobile home park, the laundromat. So I called about 2 hours to see if they have a laundromat for sale. In the first 2 hours, I did not get anything, but the last minute, I got to talk to a manager. The manager told me that the owner had two laundromat for sale. So a lot of times people kind of overanalyze. Oh, it's hard to succeed. It's hard to make money. It's hard to to be successful. It's hard to be rich. Actually, hello. Actually, you just need to persist. That's the only thing you need. You do not need to have money. You do not need to be rich. You do not to be handsome. You do not need to be cute. You do not need to be young. You don't need any of it. If you just able to persist, then you're gonna be able to get whatever you want. But what's ironic about this whole situation is that most people cannot persist. But if you're just able to persist, then you'll be able to get whatever you want. This is how hello master, $1 million realtor. Just like how I bought my mobile home park, right? So the mobile home park that I bought last year, it's the same thing. I just called the owners of mobile home park nationwide. We just called thousands of owners of mobile home park, and we asked them if they want to sell or not. And it just happens that most people will say no. Some people will say yes, but the price is not good. And then a small number of sellers that said yes, also the price is good as well. So that's how I was able to buy the mobile home park. But the problem is, so after I bought the mobile home park, now I have a passive monthly income of $10,000 just from that one mobile home park. Most people gonna say, "Oh, you're so lucky. You have passive income." But the problem is most people are not willing to put in the hard work. I think to get that mobile home park, I think we called probably at least 10,000 sellers to get that one mobile home park that actually worked out financially. You just need to persist. I mean, there's no trick. There's nothing tricky about getting rich. Like if you look at data, 80% of I think 70 or 80% of the millionaire are actually self-made. You just need to have the drive to take the action. For me, it's more action, it's more drive to call on these owners, because once they want to sell, once I buy it, then I get income, forever. So it's not like I sell a home, I get a commission, then I just get that one commission. So when I'm buying this mobile home park or laundromat, once I buy it, I get the income forever. It's just gonna keep coming to me every single month. That's why I'm so motivated. I'm just chopping an apple right now, and I'm also cooking wonton soup. I was just in for those of you that watch my TikTok, I was just in Austin for the crypto conference consensus by CoinDesk. Let me check my dumpling, see if it's ready or not. Okay. Master, I have one listed right now in Calgary, Canada. Can you say Nikki 7 times fast? Wouldn't it be better to buy land and develop yourself? Actually, no. The mobile home parks, many cities, they do not give permits. So you cannot, it's very hard to build a mobile home park because most cities, they don't allow it. So actually, mobile home park is one of the only asset type that are diminishing, that people are not building more of it because most cities don't like it. So it has a very limited supply. So I just chopped the apple. Let me check for my dumpling. It should be ready. It's been cooking for a while already. Let me wash the apple first. So you gotta take care of yourself. Work hard, play hard, eat well, sleep well, have good nutrient, exercise. Let me check the dumpling, see if it's ready or not. Let me see. Okay, maybe it still need to cook a little bit. Let me get the hot sauce. This is the best hot sauce. It's the real chili. Every time when I eat dumpling, I'm gonna have I'm gonna show you. You see the chili? It's real chili. Then I'm gonna put in some soy sauce. I think the dumpling should be ready pretty soon. Let me check out some message to see what you guys said. What are you doing with this salmon? It's not salmon, it's apple. How much money do you have in your bank account? Not much. I try to put the money into investment. How do you maintain the park? I have an on-site manager. I have an online VA to check the rent payment every month. You buying Cardano? I already bought a whole bunch of Cardano. It's all stuck in the. It's stuck there right now. I'm ready to be a billionaire along with you. I wouldn't say I'm not a billionaire yet, but thank you. Just take action. What business are you in right now? That's same thing. I need to start to think what I'm eating. Need to lose weight. Yes, you gotta keep your health. Couple years ago, when I checked my blood, everything is bad. High cholesterol, high everything. So after that, I started changing my diet, only eating twice a day, morning, breakfast, and the brunch. So dinner and lunch is together. And I walk about 10,000 steps a day and drink more fluid. And after that, my health become much better. Let me check the dumpling. It should be ready. I think the dumpling is good now. Let me take it out. Bro, your son so funny. Who's my son? I don't have son, man. Why you chew like that? Are you a veteran? Yes, I'm an army veteran. I like strawberry tomato with feta with balsamic glaze. I mean, music production for the film and TV. Yeah, I mean, you should, if you're in music production, grow your audience and maybe make it into NFT. There's an NFT conference in New York coming up in June 20th. You should go there. I'm gonna go there too. Check out how you can make music into NFT. Hello, Yoyola. How are you? The dumplings sound good. Haha, yeah. I love dumplings. No, it's actually wonton soup. It's not dumpling. It's wonton. Hello, amigo. Yeah, follow my TikTok. Let me know where you're from. Give me some likes. Whatever question you have, we can talk about it. I'm from Los Angeles, California. How can I learn how to own a retail store? You don't need to learn. Just do what I did. Just call the owners, see if they want to sell. And if the owner wants to sell, and because it's not real estate, because not everybody is gonna try to buy at a store, because most people want to buy a real estate. So the store, they're more likely to sell and finance. Just call an owner that's wanting to sell and finance, and then buy it. You don't need to learn. I'm gonna put on the stand. Master, what is 6 a.m. in USD? What's that? I don't know. How can I increase sales in my retail? Promote on TikTok. Because nowadays everybody's on TikTok. I'm gonna eat and talk at the same time, okay? Excuse me. Where's your retail store? Vote to hold Republican Party accountable for attacking our Congress on January 6th. Promote food, Cincinnati, okay. What kind of food do you sell? Rate the greatest. Thank you. What kind of food do you sell? I'm not sure if I'm the greatest, but just sharing with you guys whatever I know. South Asian grocery. Then just start a Asian food TikTok account. Just focus. Have a focus. Focus on your account about South Asian food. What's the revenue difference? What do you mean? Between RV park, parking stall to 900. What's that? 400 to 900? For the RV park, if you can get more occupancy, then you can increase your income. RV park is more like a hotel because you have people in and out, coming in and out, maybe daily or weekly. How do you run a profitable tire shop? Get a, because nowadays everybody's getting customer online. So you need to focus on uploading at least one to 5 videos, 1 to 20 videos a day about your business. That's one way. Another way is you can network with the local business network group. How's your family? They're okay. Thank you for asking. So, crypto, a lot of people lost money, thought not worth it. Crypto is nothing special. It's just different. It's just like stock, right? You gotta know how to make money in it. If you've been If you're not being responsible, then you're gonna lose money for sure. I have one listed. What's the best way to show it to you? I have made a video for TikTok. Yeah, you can send me the video. With the dumplings pre-made? Yeah, the one time is pre-made, correct. I'm not a real cook. But every time when I eat, I always make sure I eat some fruits and vegetable at the same time. So to answer your question, seems like a lot of people have a question about how to get customer. To have customer, you gotta understand what they're looking for, right? So if you're talking about, doesn't matter if you're selling food or you're selling tire, you gotta know the competition. You gotta study your competition, right? For example, if you're selling tires, you need to go to Costco, you need to go to Walmart, you need to know how much they're charging, and you need to know what extra service they have. So you gotta be able to compete on something, right? So I'm assuming it's probably not easy for you to compete on the price because they're a bigger store, so their price is probably cheaper. So if you cannot compete on price, can you compete on service? For example, people have no time to go fix the tire. Maybe you can go to their home to replace their tire. So you gotta know who your competition is. You gotta know how much they charge. You gotta know what kind of service they provide. So once you figure that out, once you figure out the shortcomings of your competition, by the way, this applies to everything. Either you're selling tires or you're selling food. You gotta figure out the competition, see how much they're charging, see what kind of service they have, see what they're lacking, like what customers wanted that they didn't provide. Then you fill in that void, right? That service that the customer wanted, but the big box stores didn't provide. So if you can fill that needs, then you not only can charge more money, but you'll get more customers. So for example, a lot of people probably don't have time to go to the Costco or Walmart to change their tires. Maybe you can go to their home to change their tires for them. That way they can save time and you can charge for more money. When opening my retail store, how do you get enough product if you do not have a lot of working cash? I don't know, man. Nowadays, if you just gotta have a regular retail store, it's gonna be very hard to survive. The only way you can survive in today's retail store, you gotta sell a service. Like you gotta provide a way of life. That's the only way you can survive opening a retail store. Because let's say if you're only selling stuff, if you don't help them to have a different lifestyle, they have no need to buy from you because they can just buy from Amazon. And it's going to be much cheaper. It's going to be much more convenient. It's going to be much faster, right? But anything you sell offline nowadays, it needs to be Amazon proof. If it's not Amazon proof, do not even bother to put money in it. Do not open a retail store. Follow my TikTok, give me some likes, whatever question you have, we can talk about it. So for example, in the video I just talked about, I made a video about some of the top business you can open or you can buy, you can purchase. Car wash, laundromat, mobile home park or RV park. What do they all have in common? They cannot be replaced by Amazon. Right? Laundromat, Amazon's not gonna wash your clothes. Car wash, Amazon cannot wash your car. mobile home park or RV park, Amazon, they cannot do it, right? They basically, you need a place to stay. So all of this are Amazon proof. So whatever offsite local business you're gonna open nowadays, think about, is it Amazon proof? If it's not Amazon proof, do not even think about it. You're just gonna waste your money. Hello, Bobby. And something else to think about. It's actually easier and faster to make money by buying a business versus building a business from scratch. Do you get a dumpling A at the Asian market? Yeah. At the Asian market, they have everything. They have the dumpling, they have the wonton soup, everything. So I'm not starting any business. I'm just gonna buy. And also many business, the seller, they're willing to seller finance to sell to you. Let's say if you're buying a business. So for example, today I called for one laundromat for sale. They're selling it for 500K. So if I can talk to the seller, if they're willing to seller finance, for example, with 10% down, then I only need to come up with 50,000, and then I can control the business, and the income from the business will be forever mine. Buying a business, that's quite expensive. And they need cash flow, especially in Europe. Yeah, it can be expensive, but look at how many businesses actually fail. Most businesses fail when they're first starting, and just look at how much money you're gonna have to put in to open a business. After you calculate everything, it's actually the same money you're gonna spend. But what's different is that when you buy a business, you actually save a time, right? For example, if you start a business, it's gonna take you, 3 years, 5 years, and you're not even sure if it's gonna, survive or not. But if you buy a business, as long as the number looks right, from day one that's gonna make money. Hello, sir, friend. Good morning. Hi, how are you? I mean, if you have a really good business idea, obviously you can start one. If you're really sure that it's the way of the future, then by all means start a business. But most people are not genius like that, right? So in most cases, it would be probably more cost efficient and easier to just buy a business. Because when you're buying a business, you're essentially buying the cash flow, right? For example, let's say if the business is generating 50,000 cash flow every year, net income, and if you pay for it for 500,000, that means the minute you buy it, you're gonna start to get income, and after 10 years, you're gonna get all your investment back. Obviously, the cheaper the better. If you can buy it for 200,000, that means you're gonna get your money back in 4 years. If you're gonna buy it for 500,000, that means you're gonna get your money back in 10 years. But the whole time, you're gonna start collecting income. Czech Republic, Prague, love you. Thank you. I love you too. So hope someday I'm gonna go to Prague in Czech Republic. Haven't got a chance to go yet. So a lot of people probably don't realize it. Actually, time is more precious. So for me, instead of spending 5 years to start a business and trying to, hope that the business is gonna turn out great, I would rather just buy a business now, because if I buy a business now, I can always check the book, right? I can see how much money they've been making for the last 3 years or 5 years, and I have at least a decent idea on how much future income I'm expecting to get, right? But if you're starting your own business, if it's nothing special, you don't know what kind of income you're gonna get. Because for most business, it's two components, right? It's business development and uniqueness. Like business development is just how good you're at marketing and sales. And uniqueness, like, is the technology. Like what kind of special technology you have that nobody else have. So if you have a business that has a unique technology nobody else have, then of course you can start it, because nobody can compete with you. Then you're gonna make a lot of money, just like Google, right? Google, Apple, iPhone. But most people do not have that kind of a unique technology, right? If you're gonna start any conventional business, there's no need to start from scratch, because somebody's has already done it. Just buy it, because they're money owners. They own the business for 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. Sometimes it's hard for them to sell the business, because most people don't want to buy business. Most people just want to buy real estate. So it's gonna be easier for you to negotiate. It's gonna be easier for you to get a better price. It's gonna be easier for you to close the deal. And you don't have to, put all the money into a new business and not sure if you're gonna get a return or not. But obviously, buying a business is more risky than buying a real estate. Because when you're buying a business, you're just buying the cash flow. If the cash flow is fake, then whatever money you paid, it's gone. So you just pay something for nothing. So for real estate, let's say if I'm buying a mobile home park, if the real income is $5,000, but the seller told me it's $10,000. If I bought it, yes, I got cheated by the seller, but at least I still have the piece of land, right? So that's why buying a business is a little bit more risky than buying a real estate. But if you do enough due diligence, you should be able to get a really good deal for business purchase. And also it's probably easier for you to negotiate for business purchase, because more people are interested in buying real estate versus business. Yeah, obviously real estate is safer, correct. Even for the real estate, there's many sellers that's willing to sell and finance too. Yeah, you can do Airbnb. It's just a lot of work. I don't have an RV park. I have a mobile home park. So I'm looking to buy an RV park. So most of the RV park, they're not automated. So if I do buy an RV park, I'm gonna try to figure out a way to install the automation so that they don't need to be managed by some person every single day. Hi Bruce. Hi Edwin. You make me want an apple. Okay. Yeah, apple is safe. No, apple is very healthy. What the doctors say. 1 apple a day keep the disease away. So make sure you eat healthy every day. Wow. $1 million realtor. What's so exciting? DFW, Texas. I was just in Dallas. Wrong. I was just in Texas. I was just in Dallas 2 or 3 weeks ago for the syndication conference. Thank you. How do I say your name? From Prague. Thank you. Strict 9 research. 13 people. 15, we're good. Sometimes there's more people in the chat room. Sometimes there's less. So, I think a lot of people, you guys asking about making money quickly. The easiest way to make money quickly, just buy existing business and buy real estate. But you gotta start somewhere, right? At least, the easiest way to start is just at least buy your first property. House hack, right? Always, as always, wise info. Thank you. If you don't have a property already, start from house hacking. That way you don't have to worry about paying rent. Here's the thing. A lot of people, they're talking about starting a business, get rich, but they don't even have the basic necessities met. If you don't have the basic necessities met, there's no way you're gonna have free mindset to think about how to get rich. Because every day you're gonna worry about where's my next paycheck is gonna come from. How am I gonna get the money to pay the next rent? How am I gonna get the money to pay for the food? How am I gonna get the money to pay for my kids? If that's what you're worrying about, there's no way you're gonna get rich. If you want to get rich, first have a way to make enough money so you do not have to worry about where you're gonna get the money to pay for the bills. Once you reach that level, then you're gonna have more brain power and the focus to think about how to make more money after that. So you need to solve your basic necessities first. So most people in America, they're just living from paycheck to paycheck. If that's where you are, it's gonna be hard for you to get rich because you just don't have the extra time and energy to think about how to get rich because you're just trying to survive. Okay, now it's 4:23. I'm gonna stay on for 2 more minutes. Okay. Time is money, correct. So, the problem with most people is most people never get out of this rat race. If you're stuck in a rat race, then to you, time is money. But if you want to get out of the rat race, that means when time is no longer money, then that means you have got out of the rat race. Because as long as you're in the rat race, you're exchanging time for money. But that's what you do not want. You do not want to exchange time for money. What you want is time making money for you. What you want is that the time you spend has no correlation on how much money you make. So what's the most important change to break that habit of living paycheck? The easiest way to break away from paycheck to paycheck is to purchase your real estate property. House hack. Because when you house hack, then suddenly you do not have to worry about where the rent is anymore. You do not have to worry about paying the rent. Because rent is the biggest chunk of payment you have to pay every month. That's number one reason. So once you house hack, what I mean by house hack is you buy a 4-unit, 3 units with FHA mortgage, 3.5% down. You house hack, then suddenly you do not need to worry about how to get the money to pay the rent anymore because the tenant is going to help you to pay your rent. On top of that, when you house hack, when you own the property, when you control the assets, then you're going to be able to accumulate equity. Once you accumulate equity, every year you can continue to buy a new property. You can buy a second property, third property, fourth property. Once you have enough property, let's say if your monthly income let's say if your monthly expense is 10,000, right? Let's say each property you own, it can generate you 2,000 net income. Then all you gotta do is just focus on getting one property a year for 5 years. Then after 5th year, you're gonna own 5 properties. Each property give you 2,000 net income. Then that's gonna add up to $10,000. So once you have $10,000 passive income that can replace your $10,000 active income, then you're financially free. At that point, you do not need to worry about where the next paycheck is gonna come in from, because you already have the rent is gonna cover your monthly expense. At that point, you're gonna be successfully out of the rat race. At that point, you can. I'm not saying you can only focus on making money at that time, but at that time you're gonna have more energy. You're gonna be able to focus more on how to do bigger, better things and make even more money. Save money. Try to cut back on unnecessary things. Yeah, of course. You want to reduce some expenses too. Yeah. For example, let's say if your monthly expense is 10,000. Maybe you can go over your expense and cut off some unnecessary expenses to maybe 8,000, 6,000, 7,000. Airbnb rental is a good idea too. It's not rocket science, folks. John. A lot of people, they don't make it happen. It's just they're not focused. They're not disciplined. It's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. At the same time, it is easy. All you need to be is just be focused and disciplined. The only reason most people cannot do it is just they're not focused, they're not disciplined. If you're focused, if you're disciplined, then you'll be able to do it. It's not about how smart you are. It's not about how hard you work. It's all about discipline and focus. Better to rent it out or Airbnb. It's depending on where you are. If you're in Los Angeles, if you buy a home right now, if you rent it out, there's no return. The return is like 1%, 2%. You can only make some decent return if you do Airbnb. Okay, I said I was going to stop at 4:25, but now it's 4:28. So I'm going to stay for another 2 minutes. A lot of risk for rentals. I think Airbnb is better. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just more work, but you can hire people. How many mobile home park do you have? I have a 37-unit mobile home park in Florida. Is that a Fuji apple? I'm not sure what apple it is. I'm not really picky. I'm just, buying any apple I can. Hey, Christine. Good to see you. Great advice. We do both long-term rentals and the Airbnb. Correct. Christine is from Florida. If you guys want to buy any real estate, you can hook up with Christine. We're in Florida. I'm looking into buying my first one. I'm actually looking to buy a couple more nearby. You can add my TikTok, okay? I did not know you have a mobile home park. How is it doing? It's doing okay. Right now I'm getting about $10,000 a month. It's in North Florida, nearby the Panhandles. What about corporate rentals? Traveling nurses. That's just a different type of Airbnb. My net is about 8,000, but I still have 10 spaces empty. So I'm working to fill up those 10 spaces. So once I fill up those 10 spaces, my net should be maybe somewhere around 11 to 12,000 a month. No, it's not 100%. Right now I still have 10 spaces empty. Thank you, Ray. Always good to see you. Oh, okay. Nice. I'm in Saratoga. Have an offer in the property. Now I want to Airbnb it. Yeah, just do it. If you have the time, or you can hire somebody to do Airbnb for you. Our 3 Airbnb make $175 a year. If you have the time, if you can hire somebody, you can make good money on Airbnb. How do you market for your MHP? Believe it or not, it's actually not that hard to market. I mean, people just clamoring to the mobile home park because the rent is so cheap. People actually want it. Because when I bought the park, 10 of the mobile homes came with the purchase. And I had people calling me every day wanting to buy the homes. So they were actually chasing me to try to buy the homes. So this is the low income housing is actually in high demand. You're not gonna have problem rent it out. Right now, before when I bought it, it was 10 homes came with it. 10 mobile homes came with it. I just sold 3. So I'm trying to sell all the mobile homes back to the tenant. How much did you pay for the mobile home park? I actually paid a really good price because I bought it off market. I only paid $600,000 all cash. You should buy one if you can get a chance to get one. I think it's much easier to manage when you compare to apartment, because for the apartment you gotta fix the toilet, whatever goes wrong, you gotta fix it. For the mobile home parks, if the home is owned by the tenant, then you don't need to do any repair. RV parks a little bit different. It's a little bit more management intensive, but you can make much more money. So for example, for the mobile home park, the national average is about anywhere from $300 to $500 per month rental. The RV park per night you can get probably $40 to $50 per night. So let's say if you're talking about $50 per night, 30 days, that's $1,500. So the income you get from RV is much higher, but it's more management intensive. 38 spaces and had 10 mobile homes for $600K, correct? Because I bought it off market. It was not on the market, yeah. Nearby Panama City. Everyone says housing market will tank. I don't believe it. You don't have to buy just single-family homes. In most major metropolitan areas, single-family homes is going to be kind of overpriced. Just buy commercial properties. Where's the mobile home park located? Nearby Panama City. Thank you so much for this information. Yeah, I would say both mobile home park and RV park are good income-producing properties. You just need to manage it differently. Great seeing you, Christine. So a lot of people, they try to start a business, they try to grow a business. Let's say if you have $50,000, don't start it. Just go buy some business that already has the income. Of course, sometimes maybe you gotta look harder. Maybe you gotta look further out. Maybe not in your city, but it's okay as long as you have the income. As long as it's easy to manage, then you can buy it remotely. That's what I did, because I'm living in Los Angeles, but my park is in Florida. No, I don't buy single family homes now. It's expensive everywhere. But you can still buy commercial properties. Yeah. When you bought your mobile home park, was it already zoned, permitted for all spaces? Of course. When you buy a mobile home park, you have to make sure that whatever space they said is zoned for, you have to contact the county to verify. So I tried to 2 or 3 weeks ago, I tried to buy another mobile home park, also nearby the park I bought. Hold on, let me wash my hands. So I also tried to buy a park. So they told me it's 10 units. They wanted to sell for $250,000. So I called the county. the county told me the park actually doesn't have a permit for any homes, because in Florida, if the park has 4 units or less, it doesn't need a permit. So technically, it cannot be considered as a park because it only has 4 units. But they were advertising it as 10 units. So whenever you're trying to buy a mobile home park, you must double check with the county to make sure that it has the permit to operate, whatever number of spaces they claim it has. So that's very crucial. That's very important. I was looking at 1-2 in Jacksonville. Okay, Jacksonville is pretty good too. So nowadays there's still many properties in the panhandles of Florida. That's a pretty good deal, because like Central Florida or South Florida, they're pretty expensive already. So the panhandles, some of the real estate, the price is still pretty good. So when you're looking to buy a mobile home park or RV park, you want to make sure complete the environmental inspection. You want to check the septic tanks. You want to check the water well. You want to make sure the environmental inspection passed phase 1, and you want to check with the city to see it has the permit to operate. The number of permits, the number of space the seller claim that they can operate. You want to make sure there's no any violation or anything like that. Okay, did I answer all the questions? Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the questions. Follow my TikTok. Give me some likes. Let me know where you're from. Whatever question you have, we can talk about it. I'm from Los Angeles, California. Okay, I'm gonna stay on for 3 more minutes, okay? Peace out. What do you drink? Beer? I don't really drink alcohol. We look forward to seeing you soon, Master. Okay. I don't know if I'm Master, but looking to buy Florida. Yeah, Florida, if you look to buy in the panhandles, Jacksonville, Pensacola, Panama City, Tallahassee, those places you can still find, and also in between, you can find some deals, really good deals still, even nowadays. If you're buying for income purpose, I would say stay away from single family homes, because especially because the price has gone up so much. Most of the time people buy single family house for investment is because the high appreciation, but now the price has gone up so much. I don't think it's gonna be easy for you to get any high appreciation anymore. So mostly what you're buying nowadays is just cash flow. So I would say right now just stay away from single family. Just focus on commercial property or 2 unit, 4 unit, 3 units, multifamily, because you can get a probably better deal and more cash flow, and also easier to manage. Let's say if you just buy one house, if you buy another house, they're scattered around. That's gonna be hard to manage. Let's say if you buy 10 unit apartment complex, they're all at one location, so it's much easier logistically to manage the 10 units. Panhandles, northern Florida. Okay, here's what I think about the natural hazards. You're gonna get it everywhere. No place is perfect. In California, you have an earthquake, but look at the pricing in California. Nobody cares about the earthquake. I got a phone call. You find it better to cold call, MHP, or use website? You can use website, but so the way to use website is you gotta call those agents and see if they have off-market deals, because I don't think you're gonna find any good deals on the website. So most of the good deals gonna be from off-market. Either you call them the owner directly, or you call the agents that have off-market deals. What do you think? U.S. good deal. What do you think as a good deal in 2 family? I would say at least 10% cap.
So let's say if you're buying a property for 300K and every year your net income 30K, then that's a good deal. Or you can use the 1% rule. If you're buying it for 100K, if your monthly income is 10K, is 1K, then that means the 1% rule, right? You buy it for 10K, monthly income. Or if you're buying it for 1 million, the monthly income is 10,000. So the 1% rule is the easiest way to make sure it's a good deal now. MHP is mobile home park, short for mobile home park. Any other questions, guys? Did I answer all the questions? Do you know what can I buy? I don't know. I don't know what you can buy. It's just depending on your situation, how much money you have, what kind of involvement you want to have, what area you want to focus in. Yeah, there are many 10% properties. There are many. Just most people think it's impossible, but there is a lot. And also business as well. I already told you, the panhandles of Florida, or even Las Vegas, maybe. What state are you located? If you just go to biz buy sell, there's a lot of business that can give you 10% return. Texas too. There are many properties in Texas that you can get 10%. Just don't focus on the major cities. Just focus on the more rural part of Texas.
Let me watch my... What do you think of Orlando? Orlando is good. But Orlando is kind of expensive too. Because Orlando is also a hot location. You're not going to find any deal that's cheap in Orlando. But if you look further out, for example, there is cities between Orlando and Tampa where the properties can maybe still cheap. Maybe you can get a better deal. I think it's called Lakeland, between Orlando and Tampa. And Winter Haven. Don't try to be so picky. Just buy wherever. Okay, here's the criteria you're gonna look for. Okay, I'll tell you the criteria. Let me just finish it. When you invest in real estate, don't try to be picky. If you're too picky, you're not gonna get anything. But here's the criteria I can tell you. Okay. Let me finish. Watch this first. What kind of pistol have good resale value? Glock, I guess. Probably Glock. I mean, most of the... I'm not sure. I don't have too much knowledge about it. I mean, I do have a couple pistols, but I'm in no means expert in guns. Okay, I'll give you the correct criteria, okay? So for macro criteria, you want it to be preferably within a 1 hour drive of major airport. Let me plug in my cord before it runs out of battery. So number one, within a 1 hour drive of a major airport, you want a location, have at least 100,000 population, Single family house price at least 100,000 price, rent no less than $1,000, and crime rate no more than 300, and you want the area have a major economic engine, for example, hospital, university, government facilities, big companies, big employers, where there are multiple employers, and also you want the area have some type of shopping facilities, Walmart, Costco, Whole Foods, whatever. So as long as it fits all these criteria, then you should be good. So don't try to be too picky. Oh, it has to be next to school, has to be what? So what? If you think like that, you're not gonna get anything. As long as it meets all the criteria, then you should be good. Yes, you're a good source of information. Okay, good. Thank you. So did you write it down already? I'll say it again, okay? The criteria for you to pick where to invest in real estate property, okay? Okay, yeah. And also, most importantly, it must have a good landlord-friendly laws. The government has to be landlord-friendly. If the tenant do not pay the rent, you cannot kick them out. That's not good either. So it has to have good landlord. The government regulation has to be good for the landlord. But does New Jersey have a good landlord regulation? So I'll say it again, okay? Within 1 hour drive of major airport, 100,000 population, 100,000 home price, 1,000 rent, less than 300 crime rate, and the nearby has a major shoppings. The mistake a lot of people do recommend bridge loan for long-term duplex. I mean, if you need to do it, you got to do it. I mean, you got to get the property. If you have to get a bridge loan to get a property, why not? Because you can pay it off, with a conventional mortgage anyway. When I was buying my mobile home park, I actually used the bridge loan. But then later on, I paid back the bridge loan because the interest rate is very high. Okay, I'm going to stay for 2 more minutes. Thank you for all the questions. Follow my TikTok, whatever question you have, we can talk about it. Let me see. Any private lenders you recommend? There's a whole bunch. If you buy multifamily, there's a whole bunch of lenders. I think there's one called. I made a video about it too. I forgot. Just go to Google, search for private lender. There's a whole bunch gonna come up. The disadvantage of buying mobile home park. A lot of mobile home park, they have your private utility. So you gotta, every quarter you gotta do the water well test. Then every once in a while you need to pump the septic tank. So that's the only disadvantage I could think of. But it's not a whole lot of work. Because the septic tank, you don't need to pump them unless every 5 years. And the water well, you just need to test it every quarter. It's not a whole lot of work. If anyone interested, I can be a private lender. Yeah. So there's a lot of private lender. So you could ask MGM, or if you or you could go online. There's just do a search on Google for private lender. There's gonna be a whole bunch come up. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. Follow my TikTok, and thank you for all the questions, okay?